Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Back in 1995. This is a PlayStation-inspired horror game. And by PlayStation, I mean basically that era of horror, i.e. Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Mainly Silent Hill in the case of this game, which I haven't actually played, so I couldn't tell you exactly where the smaller references come in, but we'll make do with what we have. So, this game is not great. I'm going to be upfront with you right off the bat, but there's one thing that I do want to talk about first, and that image on the right actually reminds me of Fahrenheit, the beginning of it, where the guy kills the guy in the bathroom, but no, what I want to talk about is this CRT effect. Now, as far as I can tell, there's very little difference between hard and soft, except maybe a little bit of sort of weird wavy effect going on around the individual pixels. But I don't recommend that you keep this turned on, at least on the Vita port at all. Mainly because it not only does it cut the frame rate in half, but it also introduces really severe input lag. So it feels like everything is taking half a second to catch up behind you. It makes the game a lot harder and a lot less pleasant feeling than it needs to be. And considering that this is a game that's based around the idea of being a PlayStation 1 survival horror style game, yeah, you want it to be feeling as good as possible. And I'll just demonstrate here. Also, you can see that the textures down there are kind of strange. Now, I know the PlayStation 1 had some weird shit going on where the textures would warp depending on how you looked at them, but this ain't it, Chief. So if I hit, if I hit triangle, I can go and turn the CRT effect on here. And now if I go back, you can see that even my walking speed is way less smooth than it was previously. And that's because of the CRT effect, and only the CRT effect. It's the only thing that does this. And it really does introduce a lot of input lag into the game. It is really bad. It starts out turned on as well, so I just thought, oh, that's just the game being terrible, or it's the game trying to feel a little bit more like those games by introducing artificial input lag. But no, the game performs so shoddily that you end up having really bad input lag because of it. It makes the game feel terrible under your fingers. So, I'm actually going in the wrong direction, I think. This is not the easiest place to navigate, I gotta say. So, yeah, if you couldn't tell, it's very sort of early horror style game. The controls are very simple. They're tank controls. You move around with either the left stick or the D-pad, but of course you walk forward by pressing up, you turn by pressing left and right. And you can backtrack with the down button. You can press the X button to interact with things. Square does a really, really slow, like, wrench hit. That feels like it wouldn't even hurt me if it hit me in the face, which is a little bit bizarre considering the monsters you fight in this game, but there you go. There are also some menus you can dig through, but there's not really that much here, so we've got some items that we can use. And I've got a ton of bullets. You barely need to use bullets in this game, but we'll get to that. You also got your different weapons. I've got 3, the pipe wrench, the pistol, and the shotgun. They all do exactly what you think they do, but you really don't have any need to use anything other than the pipe wrench, except for the one boss that I had to fight. And log just shows you a log of what they've said beforehand. There is voice acting in this game, but it's quite rare. Might as well use a painkillers because my health is below 70%. I believe we have to go through this. Oh cool, tons of free bullets. One thing about this game's survival horror aspect is that you get an absolute ton of resources, most of which you don't end up needing. So you do get a shotgun when you're about to fight the boss, and all you have to do is stand there and shoot at it and you win. You might have to backtrack a little bit, but that's it. Most of the regular enemies you can just completely go around. They are so easy to just avoid completely, and that's pretty much it. You don't need to worry about it at all. You just wander around them. It means that you have an absolute ton of resources. Your wrench doesn't take any damage whatsoever, by the way. There's a reason why it has that infinity symbol in the weapon select screen. Oh look, it's these things again. Fantastic. When I said I was dealing with a boss, this was what I meant. These are the bosses. So let me guess, this is just going to be an ammo dump, because I don't think there's going to... Ooh. How much did that hurt me? A fair bit. Okay, we'll just back out of the room, because much like all other survival horror games like this, they will respawn back where they were when I go back in. So let's just pull out the shotgun, shall we? And we will go in and deal with them. Also, this game's interaction can be a bit weird. I've had doors where I've been up too close to them to open them, and I've had to backtrack a couple of steps in order to actually get the door open. But anyway. Yep, combat's about as enjoyable as you might expect. I'm just going to run through the door here and not waste the ammo. Combat's about as enjoyable as you might expect. It's very lightweight. Kind of hard to aim because the angle can be even just the slightest bit off and you'll miss sometimes. But, yeah, other than that... Ooh. A torn out piece of paper. Monster just dramatically freezes behind me there. We've probably been cut off intentionally. Oh, there he goes. Didn't even need to worry about him. How am I doing on ammo? 6 in there and 28 shells. If that ain't enough, I don't know what is. Let's try and leave. Yeah, we're on the other side of that gap now. Makes enough sense to me. The rest of the game goes down like a low-budget adventure title. You just wander around, look for solutions to simple puzzles, solve them, obviously, and that's pretty much it. The camera angles can be a little bit annoying in this regard because sometimes they can hide items. Usually nothing story relevant. The ones that are story relevant, they will warn you about, which is really nice. Other than that, though, it's not as big of a deal as you might think. Wow, this camera angle is really screwing with me here. But yeah, thankfully that killed it. But yeah, most of the puzzles are simple enough. Like, I don't even need to be using this at this point. Let's just go back to the pipe wrench. All I need to do is hammer square, and I'll be fine. There we go. Oh, my health's gone down a bit. I guess I was taking some hits there. Not the best example of telegraphing damage, I must say. Oh, look, a key. I wonder what that goes to. Yeah, I've even got like 7 painkillers. I found like 12 since I started the game. There's no like difficulty settings or anything, so it's really simple resource management, i.e. I've got so much I don't need to worry about anything. That's nice, I suppose. Okay, so I need to go find a power switch, I think. In order to get me and the other guy who's helping me out at the moment out of here, but here's a good question. Where do I go to find the power switch? I might have missed it, just knowing my luck. Well, let's go back and have a look at the other side of the thing. Oh, look! That's kind of unfair. That's not the best spawn position ever. Yeah, I definitely need to use some painkillers. Yeah, that one just wasn't fair, man. I mean, come on. Come on. Whoop. Hang on. What was that? Check. Oh, it's a door. Apparently there's a door there. I wouldn't know. I can't fucking see it. Alright, what's down this way? Apparently those are supposed to be elevators. They look like someone's done a really bad plaster job, i.e. Metal Gear Solid. And what's this blue door? Huh? What? Huh? Okay. Gas. So I'm going to assume that I can't actually shoot while I'm in here. I'm also going to assume that I probably have some kind of time limit. I can't actually hear what's going on, so... Oh, never mind. No freaking way there's a time limit when there's a save spot right here. No resource for you to save up in order to save. Wordplay. Oh! Okay, so that's what he meant by gas. Sure, so I'm guessing there's some kind of puzzle I need to do here in order to... get that gas drained away. Man, this camera is a little bit disorientating at times. Oh yeah, these things. Just need to set myself up right, and there we go. It's incredibly basic. And it's not helped out much by the fact that the story is just kind of not... How did that miss? I should back up. Screw it, we'll use the pistol for a bit. Nani desu ka? Come on. Nope. Negatory? 9! Right. This thing will stop me from moving, so I need to try and... What the hell? This is bizarre. Literally going right through it. There we go. Had to take the hit, because of course I bloody did. They just love giving me bullshit excuses to down painkillers now, aren't they? Fucking tank controls, man. Yeah, I'm guessing I'm not going to be allowed to go that way until I do something about this gas. Well, that's a fine kettle of fish. Okay, I'm guessing I have to go back down to the ground floor. There's no run button, which I would appreciate, but then it will make the game way too easy, because all you'd need to do is just dash by everything. The initial enemies that you come up against are so slow that I never got hit by any of them. Right, I forgot about that one. Maybe what I'm looking for is over here. What kind of gas that you would find in a sort of like basement? Like this shouldn't even be the basement. I was on the 48th floor before I ended up down here. But no, it wasn't this one. But yeah, what kind of place has purple gas that causes you to explode into blood fragments if you so much as touch it? This is just a bizarre situation. Yep, there's the one that got turned off. I'm guessing I turn down here. There's another valve, and it's going to close another one. Back on the other side. Who designed this building? Yep, okay. Pointless forward tracking and backtracking, because that's exactly what they want you to do to waste your time. And there's a reason for that. I went and looked up a walkthrough on this game, not because I got stuck, but because I just wanted to see how long the game was in general, and it's an hour long. You can get through it in about an hour and 20 minutes, even if you're not trying. And I don't know how long I've put into the game so far personally, not that one. But I have put in at least half an hour, so I'm getting the feeling that I'm at least halfway through the game, and the trophies I've earned so far seem to corroborate this fact. Huh. Down here then? Take the leap. That was a very unimpressive leap, sir. There is a story going on, but they're taking their time. Considering that this game's only an hour and 20 minutes long, I'm already 40 minutes through, and the most I know about the plot is he's trying to get to a tower for some reason, also he's kind of insane. That's honestly all I know about the plot so far. There are a couple of people you help out from time to time, but I mean, other than that, there just doesn't seem to be that much else to the plot. So, yeah? Wait a minute, am I back down with the... Yep, I am. Okay, question, what do I do from here? I turned off all the gas that I could. Man, the leisurely strolling is just killing me, for God's sake. There's got to be another set of, like, gas pumps or something that I missed, but I'm not entirely sure where those would be. Can't I just hold my breath for a couple of oh, there we go. It seems like all the gas is discharged. Okay. Except for that one. Almost walked into that one. Thanks, game. But yeah, I'm not even kidding. The only story that they've told so far in the first half of the game is literally, I might be nuts, but I must get to this tower. This tower is the only thing that matters to me. I have no family, I have no friends. All these monsters seemingly came out of nowhere. Okay, I'm guessing this door is our way out. Yep, had a feeling. It also doesn't help that the game's grasp on English isn't so great. This seems to be a problem with Ratalaika games. There's always a few, like, really obvious, if the person who was actually working on this had a decent grasp on English, they would have seen it right away. Sort of things going on with the games that they port. At least the monsters look weird, but weird ain't scary by itself. I'll take those painkillers. I'm gonna blame Nina if the game keeps pulling some bullshit on me. Well, that's a bizarre reason to stop a gas leak, turning on a generator. In fact, you would think during a gas leak you wouldn't want to turn on a generator because the spark would be enough to destroy the building, but who am I to talk? I don't know anything about life. It's a shame, because I can see what the guy was going for. It just doesn't seem like he really understood what made those games special. Their low poly display wasn't what made games like Silent Hill special. It was their traversals deep into the mind. It was their tense resource management. It was their plots being kind of insane. I admit I haven't actually played like the original Silent Hill or Silent Hill 2 for that matter. Something I do intend to repent for in the future, I should say. But yeah, it's just This game isn't doing anything for me on any of those levels. It's just designed to... What? Huh. This might be an issue. This camera angle is not going to help me out at all. We'll go with the pistol, because why not? Even though it looks like a 6-shooter. So I just want to point out that we haven't... Oh, well, I mean, we could have gone back and saved. And this... what would you call it? This lag is really not good. Because it's really making it difficult for me. Shoddy. Fine, I'll just run away. Where the hell do I run away to? Oh, there's a briefcase there. I wonder what that's for. I was about to say, what the fuck is this? Quick turn button would have been amazing here. Yeah, I need to use those bloody painkillers. Yeah, I figured it out. You have to... When you get knocked off balance by an enemy, you have to reapply the hold R and press square. That would be our key out of here. Wonderful. Question is, how the fuck do I get out? Well, I ain't down those stairs. Maybe I have to go back to... Ooh. Plenty of bullets. Yeah. Hang on. We'll try going back to the way I came in and see if I can just hop back up. Had a feeling. It's not a fucking ladder, but I had a feeling. Oh, wait a minute. The door I want to go to is over here. Man, this camera angles screw with you a bit. I don't think these were very well thought out. Oh. Fuck puppies. There's a memo on top of the console. Get the green one over to the loading bay and don't come back until you... Oh, I wonder. Is this going to be a puzzle? Like a mini game or something? Yes, yes it is. Oh god, is it really going to be one of these? So I apologize if my frame rate's, if the frame rate of the video is going down a bit. The game appears to be doing something not so pleasant to my recording software for whatever reason. So is that what I was meant to do? It said move the thing over to the grate. What's this? I see. Is that related to... Oh. No, I don't want to read it again. Christ. So, that's a ladder, but I can't go down it. Is what I'm looking for back on the other side? No, apparently not. That's not what I was meant to do. Let's see. What does it mean by move the green crate over? That's what I did, right? So you think I would be done, but I don't think so. Does it mean move this one like this? There we go, yeah. Oh, there's some painkillers there. I get the feeling I'm going to need them. I imagine there's either going to be a save point or a boss through this next door. Either way, when we get to the next save point, I think we'll be calling this video off because we've been at this for nearly half an hour and, well, I feel nothing. Well, to be fair, I feel nothing most of the time because I am a pain in the ass, but... Oh, would you look at that? I know where we are. Yep, this is where we came from. Alright, this is the wrong door. I believe this is the door that takes us to the surface. Indeed, I was right, so I'm going to go climb the ladder, save the game, and just stop playing this because I don't want to play it anymore. It doesn't have anything that made the original game special. It seems that its main selling point is being a game that looks like it was on the original PlayStation back in 1995. Unfortunately, that wasn't what made those games so appealing. Because if games were still appealing based on the fact they were on the original PlayStation, well, we'd still be playing the original PlayStation. At least, like, more mainstream instead of having something like the PlayStation 4. What it's missing is an interesting atmosphere, an interesting plot, interesting characters, interesting monsters that just kind of, like, nothing. Or just interesting, like, anything in general. The controls aren't very fun to play with. The resource management is shit, mainly because there is no resource management. There doesn't need to be. The game's that easy. And, yeah, I'm just... I don't care. There's nothing notable about this game whatsoever, and that's what makes it disappointing. Also, that skybox in the background there, that is horrid. I'm the sort of person who's a real sucker for skyboxes, but yeah, that is just like... Doom on the PC in 1993 had a better skybox than this, but yeah, that's just nitpicking at this point. This game's got way worse stuff to get on with, so yeah. Don't buy it. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.